to another edition of the Governance and Political Digest show here on APAM TV. The purpose of this show is to educate our viewers about governance and politics as it ought to be and not as it currently pertains in the society. On today's edition, we have a lot of interesting, interactive, and educative topics to discuss. And for the purposes of today's discussion, we have in the studio a renowned lawyer James Kwabena Boakye. Welcome, lawyer James Kwabena Boakye. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me. By the grace of God, I'm doing fine.
Can you tell us something small about yourself? Who is lawyer James Kwabena Boakye?
Oh, okay. I don't know about renowned lawyer, being renowned. Maybe I'm on my way to being renowned. But
you are?
As you rightly said, my name is James Kwabena Boakye. I'm a lawyer working at the offices of Mesha's Kulendi at Law. I'm a Christian. I love God. What else should I say? I like current affairs issues. I like reading. I like hanging out with friends. And I watch movies as well.
Very well. I'm aware that this week there's been a lot of topical issues bordering on governance, on education, chieftaincy. We want to zoom in on the discussion with the issue of education, free SHS, and then all the attendant problems that we have witnessed this week. And we also know that free SHS is a policy of the current government, that is the New Patriotic Party. And we saw it as an intervention that has relieved a lot of parents from the economic burden that came with the annual placements and then they're going to school of their wards. But this week we witnessed a rather disturbing scene from the Independence Square where we witnessed some students complaining that they hadn't been placed and all. We want to know this free SHS, your view on the whole policy as it is it feasible for us as a nation? That is Ghana ready for free SHS?
Okay, thank you for this discussion. I'd like to look at it from these angles. Whenever we are talking about free SHS, the question I ask myself is that whose child should be left behind? Why and I understand I can combine Tree and English. And see, why in trying to educate everybody whose child should be left behind? And when indeed you look at the advanced countries, the Americans and the European countries and whatnot, one of the key elements that have contributed to their development is the fact that the majority of their citizens are educated. Education is money. Yes. And we have to face reality. Ghana, our people are not too well-to-do. Most of us don't have the financial wherewithal. It's quite expensive. When I was in secondary school, I remember the highest school fees my parents paid was 94 cedis.
94 cedis.
Yes, that's sometimes.
I don't think that would be the case now.
You have to pay in excess of 2,000 if you have to afford a boarding house for your child now. And we ask ourselves how many Ghanaians earn that amount of income. And yet we want to educate our people. So every government intervention that seeks to make education as affordable as possible to the majority of Ghanaians, I am all for it. And I say it is a good thing that the government has embarked on as much as we can as citizens, as corporate entities, as religious bodies. We should support it. We should support it because it's a good thing.
You are not in for those who can afford should be made to pay, and then those who can't afford should, as in the government should take care of that. It should be made free for those who can't afford. Is that what you're saying?
That argument has been made that as much as possible, those who have the means should be made to pay. Indeed, I heard some comments some time ago by our finance minister, who seemed to support this view. But I also ask myself that whose money are we using to fund the free SHS policy? Why is it not the money belonging to all Ghanaians? So the fact that my father can afford to pay my school fees, should I be disadvantaged from enjoying the benefits that belongs to all of us? It belongs to every Ghanaian, rich or poor. The money, the policy is being funded, as I read, from our oil revenue. It is
Exactly.
our oil revenue as Ghanaians. So if you want to educate all Ghanaians, it doesn't matter. And the constitution that you are holding talks about discrimination on grounds of gender, race, religion, creed, economics. You don't discriminate against anybody. So yes, some people by divine providence and their hard work we are not equal. But when it comes to this policy, I think it should be open to every Ghanaian, and the current system is the right way to go. It's the right thing to do.
Very well. And even to add to what you are saying, the fact that free SHS should be open to everyone, the Constitution, per Article 25, yeah, provides that all persons shall have equal right to educational
Exactly.
opportunities and facilities. So I
Exactly.
think the Constitution already as in stipulates that education should be open to all. It shouldn't be the case that, well, some people, their parents are rich and can't afford, so they should be made to pay. And those that cannot afford, should be, the government should intervene in that direction. But we would want to look at it this way. The free SHS has been riddled with a lot of challenges. We can't, as in, ignore the fact that there have been some challenges. What is the way forward for us as a nation? Because this is a social intervention, and we know that education is a tool for social change. And when we look at the advanced countries that you alluded to earlier, it is education that has brought them this far. And I believe personally that it is education that is going to help in the socio-economic advancement of our nation. So what is the way forward? This is a great initiative by all standards, but then we can't ignore the fact that it's been riddled with a lot of challenges. We can consider the problem of access in terms of
The numbers.
accommodation, the numbers, and then what is the way forward for us as a nation?
Okay, so this is what I think, that every new policy, once you roll it out, it comes with its own challenges. And Ghana's story is not exclusive, it's not different. When the Americans wanted to land on the moon, I'm sure the first spacecraft they did, it wasn't that successful. Recently, I hear the Indians tried, and their shuttle didn't get anywhere. But as they keep working at it, as they keep tweaking the mistakes and solving them, finding solutions to them, the system eventually becomes perfect. So we were not expecting a perfect system at the first or second year of it being rolled out. There would come challenges, one of which you mentioned, uh, numbers. Because the system is free, everybody wants their child to go. And I have personal examples. I know people who have personally benefited. Without the system, they couldn't have entered education. I know people in my area, people who used to live with their uncles, their aunts, house helps. Now when you're looking for them, you can't find them. Where are they? Their fathers and parents have said, now it's free, so come, let me take you to school. So the numbers have increased. But in the wisdom of the government, whoever suggested this double track idea, I think that individual has his or her head properly screwed on.
Very well.
Because as you roll out the system, it's free. People who hitherto couldn't afford, and I have, maybe with the benefit of time, we can look at it. I had some statistics that the Ghana Education Service, when they rolled out the policy, they made some projections that if currently these are the numbers we are admitting. Okay, so maybe I can refer to it,
Okay.
that in 2017 going into 2018, the Ghana Education Service conducted some survey, and these are their findings. They said that as of 2017, available seats for SHS 3 leavers, available seats that were there for students to come, they had 277,537. 277,537. That's where the available seats. They realized that they had been able to create additional seats of 13,000. So when you add available plus additionally created seats, they had 290 seats, in excess of 290,000 737. 290,737. But looking at the numbers that were coming, they realized that they needed 472,000. You have 290, you need 472,000 seats to accommodate the new numbers that are coming in. And within that space of time, you couldn't suddenly manufacture anything. You can't build new houses, you can't build new dining halls, you can't suddenly build the classrooms, because we are challenged as a country. The money is not there. Even if the money was there, other things are calling for the attention of the government. So they decided that to fill the gap, there was a gap of 181,993. 181,000, and that's where my question comes in. This 181,000, whose child should be left behind? Whose nephew or niece should be left behind? So the government decided that, you know what, the facilities are there, let's bring double track. That during vacations, the schools are there. Mostly the churches that go for their camp meetings and whatnot. But the facilities are there. The facilities are not being put to use. So in order to make facilities available, let's do the double track. So that while some people are in school now, others would also come when these current batches are on vacation. So that's one of the ways that government decided to solve the challenge, because there was increased numbers. You needed to accommodate all of them. You didn't have the structures. So bring a policy to curb that. I also understand that currently government is trying to use the Get Fund proceeds as security to get a loan between 30 to 40%. So Get Fund proceeds comes in every year, but they make the projection that, you know what, in the next 10 years we are going to get this much. If let's say we are going to get 1 billion Ghana cedis, why don't we take the 1 billion Ghana cedis now from a bank? So we can use that money now to develop our infrastructure. Then over the years, as the money keep coming in, we give the monies to the bank or whoever gave us the loan. And I think that's a fantastic policy. So that over time, I understand that the Ministry of Education has projected that in a matter of 4 years, they should be able to phase out the double track policy. And you can do that only by providing
4 years.
4 years. You can achieve that by providing.
From what you are saying, that means we are going to have the double track running for about 4 years.
Yeah, that's what their projections, from what I do.
And you think that the implementation of this free SHS and then the introduction of the double track has kind of helped in this whole free SHS?
Definitely.
Very well. Okay, let's go to the computerized school selection and placement system, which is a big issue now in the nation. A lot of students had to besiege the Independence Square because they claimed they hadn't been placed. Before resuming into the discussion, we have a footage on the whole situation and what some of the students and parents had to put across to GES and the government in general, and would want our viewers to have a look at it.
One number seven say, Mary be sounding was a one crying for. Now me say one crying and the
school placement no ahyase ma ehu ekeka wa nyina abo omanga na nyina epusa esane se school ngoda a wo mame no mu ahwe won school a wo wieye atworo nsohwe so obekọ ntoaso school ni mu ayade a bibia wo beko school no kuranya bia ohun enti edugo na etwa ebehyiaye ewo Blaster Square eno ewo enkran se wo behu mpanyefo na waboa won se de be ya wo ma hodo a wanya school no wo betumi anya bebi akono emema ene emma ahodo emamefo ne nkoda obepie mu ewo Blaster Square no ensentwerefo ene wondi nkomo ama wo kire mu nyinti potia obepie mu ewa ha.
I went to school, I stayed in the house, I stayed in the school for 2 good months. I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, I went to the I had 6, all 6, I chose a religion and they give it to me. My friend chose that place and I asked them to take pictures. teachers of the people who were enrolled in the school. Some of them were having 10, some of them having 14. What's the meaning of all this thing? Me having 6, I didn't get in school. And then years ago, some almost died over there. What is my fault? Is it my fault that I had 6? It's my fault that I left and had 6. I haven't been there. Look at this place. How can I go there?
By 2 o'clock, me banunya Wesley Girls. School 2C and Yamanimu Bia by your man Wesley Girls. Ye call Wednesday, ye call no any day ni ho. And almost say Yamraha. Until your Baha Thursday no. Anopa 9 o'clock on bed 9:30. And the director the buy no catch and say. Yeah, ye call school a replacement na ye call ya ye day ni ho no. One sign a replacement for. Into Yanko, your friend is saying. Internet ni yebinya se yato card nso a yenko check me free ha ko Kantamanto na me ko check ye me check ye hwini so me samba ha biem eye Thursday no a me beto director na na me di me paper no e de kire no se media me nya me ba ne nya ye nie ba ye ko ye wo si yenko check ye ko check na hwini ho director ni timi hwe nyankopon anim ka kire em esan e da me ka kire em se me nko e bo 3 o'clock a problem bi na buy but 3 o'clock ebesa ebeba papa 3 o'clock and say me wie okan me ba ha ahomachi 2 o'clock besin there say e buy no line as scatter ye hu ne ye
emra school replacement ni buy no ye ko notice na ye print ena nya fantipin no nti Wednesday ni ko school ena ko gi prospectus no ye be fi ni abetu to ne amani nyina nti omude to green nti another Sunday na say akoda no ko school another eko do school ho be say 10 to 11 hono no ni padodo a omo ebe report another na yenyina ko duru hono the ewu say headmaster ne by say omude list foforo edi aba nti yana abeji prospectus na yakodi akoba no wa listen no mudi ban no wo hwe na sa wudi nka ho a gise yembra Independence Square ha na yensa meji another replacement already atoniama ya tutoniama nyina mintumi nkonya another 1500 enko tuto school tade ni mattress ni chobos nti di aban be hwe na waye no na akora no na minsamfa no ko school ochina esane se na nipa no doso na ekwan a efa so ede kompanyefo ho eye baako penti no ekoba ne se egidigidi kakra eba ho ema wona omuhu edin ena wotumeforo ekosoro mmofra wowom no esane se gidigidi wontumi na wodi wohu ekowure mu nti ama duduo na eto ba Sada kuya alias Tonka Yemi enko Blaster Square nyanko he simple awofo enu mofra no eba so ho na sempinifo ekoye no womu so akofie
Yembra awoye ende Monday no nti ende Monday no ebo tu na mebedu ha mo na ye be sala enso sela omo ba no se ne anwama akosi ye no ama bibia ankoyie
uba no onya school di nti na obeso sisen school ma
me pa cho school na onya no course na oye no omo ye bi wo ho na e day school so
me ba handra ama omo ka che kwampo se me ba machi me de me ba ne ba ha because of that no nidi when nidia ko say yokofie
himfa na mufri ba
ye free kaswa wini bakwa no so enti sesia no ni enti potipa media da hasesia ne se me ba no ontumi nkode abraya school no baby ade man ni e bodu ase ono so oni obi a ho no mo ono nkwa ntumi nkotina dan bia mu abeboa no enti yesi yemra wana the grade ni eba so kaka na ye fine no yemra so ho no yemra ho no yemesesa day no nko body ma yemma no
me ba 100 no anajo 10 o'clock me frinima me ba no fa school voter ana fa bisu ha the offer wa ha no e wadi no e so mani de wa ha no mo amano mo ko fa de no of voter man ye ko school no mo stress e de no mo si e kwa wo ho nti embra ha no mo si sama ye ne edani body nti e ba e no omo si en kofi ne enne mande ne embra ne omo si sama ba e ba e no ye hu sa de ne nkosa ne be jina le mu wa ha telephone omo asie ho ne so omo fa line no ye juma omo so omo fa line ne ye juma
mbache ba ha nwa na je 12 o'clock asichire ne say me ka chiri edi ka musu wanye school suta kwa aman e koye musi ni di ni ena me sign ba ena musi wa nya kufodua agogo eni so a eyede na me won kran ha me so tu ti eni ntine ma me sa ba ese so meti mama ni dia because akwa no usa onti mi nkode kufodua ametin kran eni ntine fitinu na 12 o'clock me ba so meti mi as aye bibia na
se anga kufodua okwa se oswade ohun anka oda body anga teachers wo ho mbehwe ni ade nti ade ntira manango
but just say body there many problem but we be pan to say it I mean na me problem tia me ba fitinu na 12 o'clock and school want to so or to school se ba say 5 emu bia wenya and say man po mama ni bia mo mani day na bra wan show we oda me na sui day ani kufodua metimi amanako
school so juju ye grade ahin no yi ye ntia 5 ni nyina wenya
bacho 11
baby okonya school me na na kura ni mo
We want to ask that our guest, lawyer Boache, this is the 13th year that the placement computerized school selection and placement system was implemented, and this actual situation is devoid of this free SHS issue. This is a separate incident or happening on its own. This has to do with the placement system, whether or not the school is free or not. We have this computerized software that parents or students are placed into their various schools, and we are having hundreds of thousands of people going to the Independence Square with diverse issues. What is the way forward for us? And you can see our young ones, the problems that from the video we could see that these were as in valid issues that they were bringing. People have been placed in schools. Yafane say Obiwo Ashanti region or Kumasi. Na yamane school be to say Presbyterian Boys Secondary School wo Lagos. Okoye ni din wo home ba oye day students. Watina Kumasi on a life. Onim Obia or Accra. Doesn't the software or the policy factor in the fact that this person lives in a region, a different region, and has been given a school in another region, and to top it all as a day student? I think the situation would have been different if the person was a boarder. And then they go to these schools and then they are told by the head teachers that they can't do anything about it. What is the way forward for us to avoid coming to this whole situation next year? Because this is quite disturbing for us, especially when this system, computerized school selection placement, has been ongoing for 13 years now, this is a way forward for us. And what do you think is the problem?
Say the kind no omo in charge of schools placement, Ghana Education Service, and the whole computerized schools placement policy. Those who are in charge of it, they've come out to acknowledge that they had genuine mistakes, and it is good. Say started bibina say or how bemwa or say oba na bechichi muche nkrofo. It can almost say software now using because they're computer into what programming software no and mom say problems by home until they had to change the software again. Matisu say at some point in time they suspected that some bad people were trying to hack into the system, so they had to shut it down and restart. And at this time most of the problems near and crofwa many schools schools but on person almost a son. And you FBB self placement and one say one casa or don't have to school are available. Think for a self placement, why no self placement when you let's say twice secondary school or call twice or requires within it. And that problem came because after saying for self placement, GES any computerized schools placement system for who say no. Other people so hack into the system. Into a self placement, schools in by the time they go to the schools, then GS for no, I take you off self placement. Why? I'm sure we print out, but to be continued because my system nephew into the link between you placing yourself in the school and the schools themselves be notified that you've been placed there. That's one of the problems, and if acknowledged, say. It was a genuine problem, and so they will take that blame.
I'm not trying to cut you short. This problem of software being hacked into is this is the 13th year that this placement system is it a problem that we should even encounter in the first place? Because I don't know, but previous years we haven't faced any such issue as major as this. Because
yes, so that me started with our earlier discussions and we can kind of say, oh, started programmer, you have problems. But you are right, after 13 years, we shouldn't be having these problems. But you can blame the computerized system only when you think the whole fault can be squarely laid at their doorstep. And as I was coming, I'm saying that they have to take part of the blame with their software. But you ain't even blaming almost for everything that has gone wrong.
I can agree.
I'm sure, say, if they fix their software and everything is genuine with their software, we shall still have these problems.
Why?
You know why?
Why are you saying that?
Because people from different angles, different stakeholders are involved. The computerized people are involved. GS Ekaho. And Kualana and Kasankasa almost selected schools no more. Their parents Ekaho. Their teachers, all of us stakeholders have different rules to play in this. Now, you can't computer for an maybe. Let's come to GM, teachers, parents, any other day. From what I hear, many time, well, JSS, now we choose 3 schools. The man of a form.
Now you choose 4.
Then you choose 4. They say 5 schools. 80, a long form of failing. First of all, what you choose me pay, and will be also unrestricted. The open now choose into say, my first choice, me pay Prempeh College, my second choice, me pay Twansi Secondary School, my third choice, me pay Labone Secondary School, my fourth choice, me pay some school.
Until you choose schools, no, maybe the first choice, me pay nowadays concentration between.
Into first choice, mostly first, second, third choice. From what I hear. And no pay and pay attention. For those schools, they will take their time to consider regional school in this or Accra. We choose first choice or Accra. Say, oh, choose Accra, but most people in Accra want to go to Cape Coast. It will be taking the time we choose Cape Coast school, we choose boarding house because it's so free, won't mean for Accra and go Cape Coast day. Second choice, maybe we choose Accra because they live in Accra. We choose day. Third choice, we do the same thing. But when it comes to the fourth and the fifth choices, they don't care. So they just choose any school, they just choose day. So unfortunately, Obi wa Accra, we choose Koforidua, we choose school in Koforidua, we choose day. Because in their mind, when say by the time we do fourth and fifth choice in India, no any school in area. Then because Nkrofono issue raw scores, computer for issue raw scores, and everybody wants to go to a Prempeh College or a Presec or a Wesley Girls, or you're a Brig Girls. You have so many people who have the same amount of the same kind of qualification. Also, many need to be a Brig Girls, so many need to be Prempeh, so many need to be called Presec or Wesley Girls. But Wesley Girls cannot take all these people. So you selected the best course now. Then we are coming down more and you have to go to your second choice. But may for Prempeh first. Now what for the second you choose I best selecting major. It doesn't matter what score. You best selecting Tina Nkwalani be complaining say me menya 9, Obinya 14 then when because when you 14 of our Prempeh as the first choice, 9 off and a third choice. In the choose first, in the choose you know. Now ya could do faith choice. Yami or them not faith choice is available. And no we choose so I want you to careful. So that's the school in Koforidua and selected day. Then they'll come and complain. Because the system as they built it, I'm not saying I'm holding brief for them, but from the explanation that they give, they won't choose a school for which you haven't chosen.
From the documentary we watched, Nkulani Bebre essay omo and choose to school. Anna omo kase like omo wo GDA bi say school no omo and choose. GES nso say enya dia omo choose school mo bia. And enya dia so omo di obi ebe to school awe and choose. Nti obuza ho say why na edi no kwewa. But me susu say e bia they all can say about first, second and third choice now. They pay some importance to it. Omo choose with them as in the omo pay they factor in geographical location ni everything, but about fourth ni fit now omu GDA say ebedru honom na omunya either one of the 3 best schools they choose. And see no me the culture ya hwefo ni say edru mre say omu ni omu mani choose schools na omu tina se no mu choose schools they consider everything baby omu te course or nipa so ye Sano na nioma be a course to say no switcher because GESA omun choose school more. Nkula is only on my force say omuba na choose nti say no why na etwandro. Oh.
Eno ni assembly parents meaning say they see you choose schools no mo say form the demand kwala no mo de be fie mo parents be hwe mu ana say meaning how it works. But as much as possible, now say parents, they have to make their input, and their teachers have to help them. And then a lot of education, Ghana Education Service, results about. I heard their director on radio, they're trying to do some education, but I think that the education should go down before it should go down, even when the kids are about to select their schools. And on that, in National Commission for Civic Education (NCC), it was just a Juma way, omoye. And in NBA, I bet me even our organize PTA meeting. Ama, our for Omomano, Ebe Select School.
Me try
be a bania chichi.
Me time no 207. Yeah, bet you schools. Yeah, school na me call ye. Omo free PTA meeting. Ama teachers no ne awo for ne kasai. Enti ye mu bi no kra ne teachers no. And a boy ma ye choose to your schools. Enti omo choose schools me ye time no ye me nya obi asking student bia. I'm talking from my school. I can't say be onya school I went choose or anything. See, send your work and education is very important. All the various stakeholders. I work for a teacher for no much any students nan kasano. And see, next year you me face such challenges to be. Now me buso me himself kasa yemu no wa answer this question, but now abofrebi wo mo kasa wonya 0661 we choose Holy Child we nya sa school no na danfo a wonya 14 enya sa school no edien ene masa anyoma yitimi ba ye minim say omumienu nyina choose no as their first choice schools, but then there's also a situation when both students choose it as their first choice schools, they consider the 14 over this O6.
I won't sit here and pretend say I know everything about how the system works, but I understand say sometimes there's room for some protocol admission. I also suspect that sometimes
is it 30% catchment area?
Catchment area. That's where I was going to say they make room for Nkwala or free less privileged schools. Make I say me time. I'm call Prempeh College. I'm say baby I'm free now. I call Prempeh College name Bro 5. But these days Nkwala baby one no more I call Prempeh College for my papa crew. And it's because of the computers. In case you use the first system now, I'm sure most of them wouldn't have because a form of affirmative action say Akwala be called Sebi or call a buying school. That's what me about home or the 14. That's what we call international school, private schools. No, when you're 9. Also, the buying school in Nipano or born home or the yes, we are buono. Okay, I say, say last year or last 2 years, a rebi eba chimota. And the chrome for you the first time Obi free the chrome. I think she had when you 6 ones, but she had 10 or so. Baby you free.
When you single digit.
When you single digit, baby you free. Nasa abofra we nya achimota. No chusu achimota. When you GDA chusu achimota. Ya na omuma kwan kakra to favor some of these kids. Now almost so any opportunity ne kakra. Because we be happy achimota ni when you
feel. We are saying that we wouldn't lay the blame at just the feet of GES, but then the parents and then the students are also to be blamed because I was listening to the Deputy Director of Education, and then he was Dr. Tando, and he was saying that 90%, he was emphatic, that 90% of these students have been placed. In fact, he gave the numbers that this year, there were 721 schools available. Into schools are now war ye more funny beti me ye di omo beko omo makosuya de no na 721 and they are available. 520,298 and now vacancies there were 721 institutions Anna 490 students natural BEC 490. That means vacancies nekwa ebro omo mutual BEC no. Omo we are qualified for placements no. 473,728. No we are qualified for placements. In this to fill the 520,000 vacancies. Into Osha it's not a matter of space. But mimi who ni say senior GESA can say emofani be enya schools but omani and school no. And this is what we want to learn from it. Say there's this 30% catchment placement. Schools no, as in the so-called first class schools now you can. Yet to me for all the good students in Koguo. I say a balance. And I mean who ni say who you good as a student are. Yes, the environment matters, the facilities matters, but you should be able to survive. I believe strongly say it all depends on students. No say, Obibeko yemfani say Wesley girls. Obeko so now at the end of the day, what's the oncha? Obiso beko to secondary school. At the end of the day, obetre timiako into a school, a university and oh, and see they make catch out when say yes situation no. And yet, idea, any pleasant thing happening. Yes, we can't ignore the fact that there are certain challenges that the system is facing. But then we should also consider the fact that your wards have been given schools. Say, Ebia award, no, he was given a day school or outside the regional. A arrangement, Ubeko GS, me this GS now can say. Ebia a mistake na say or ma banning be border. But so banning your school, I think say it will be in our best interest just to curb this whole situation because it's very disturbing. And Kulani because I say I'm not sitting here in the capacity for yes for any political party, but school there who here. School tina mene lawyer eti hey. school there who here it won't mean cast unko school and as I free there I think that we should take the opportunity now presenting na mumbo muhumodi na munko school and no nebe boy nyina abo o mine so.
And then one little point, sorry, say about I think this is the first time Ghana Education Service help station and Kofokogu Independence Square. Say with time almost spreading it out.
Yes, and actually there are help centers in all the regions, but also the normal notion is a one back
okay.
Yeah, me show into normal numbers no, but almost say every region had a help center.
It's help center so Independence Square honum and maybe because we are now as a film there say soldier for the belt Omoba and 10 Omoba 9 and they were closing at 2. That's so inhumane. Yes,
inhumane. Now we show video now. A drew maybe a government ni fairly and a system ni fairly stakeholders ni fairly ni pana. Now you are resorting to religion. But this is purely not a case of religion. It's a case where the system needs to function. Every stakeholder must work. GES, mom tries the next year. And your software, no, I know that there are better softwares. I don't know much about software, but they have a way of preventing hacking. So next year, to me, my excuse, they say the system was hacked. It's not a valid excuse.
That's true.
And next year, no, GES, some education didn't go down to every stakeholder involved. Teachers, parents, students. Say school, no, when you see a farmer, who choose to dia, the bema. Education and go down. Now next year, situation where I ye boha, na ye boha. You better try your home.
Nigeria, New York, some of them my Miss Ragana, but I, Miss Rano. They be a seminar, Edmanyami. The mum says, I baby walk or dreaming. Nipabiala waits in him. I just should die you. Oh, yeah, bamboo, Nibiala waits in him, my boy, and what you wait on to the moon. Then the Jenny Yamamanyami. For furniture, one for them na Mr. Prosi bi asese aboy no de do se si adi obi piela wa oje boy ni ska no santi na la wenye ho asocho
the Mompinasi, the Wakasa from a cake. Mutum in there, or Yada, or you know, because he's telling some knowledge can or Yada, now sample all of you when I don't it was August 17th when you were here.
Rest from Bia Miss Samshi, one by you. When you boy in a quack, even last court in a walk in a wamban, Obia and Bahabu, Mubiawa.
So I put a police one of my friends, young,
ko kusumensi anabayo
Police warrior and tam. Other way and tam what they want my bad and officer. Every said that can you better what to work for Nigeria. No I can't do it to them. None of what can. Can you better what to work for what to work at the matter today. None of what to not open away baby. No them are from us or what you want but never name the water chan. All my battle would be dancer.
So let's bear with the police service. The service is doing its best. It is not easy to unravel some of these crimes. It takes time and we have to be patient.
Yes, of course, we do believe that it's not an easy task. But our problem here is, as you asked, the police should coordinate with us. They should be telling us, giving us information. But we hear nothing from them. In this case, had it not been for the fact that I went there myself, we wouldn't have gotten any information from them.
In all instances where the accused kidnapped the two victims, it was observed that he has struck an acquaintance with the victims for some time.
So now you want to hold this press conference. What exactly is it that your family wants?
Okay, we want the state institution, the national security and those in authorities to work hard to find our sister, just as they did to find the 3 Canadian girls, the 2 Canadian girls. So we want them to just work hard wherever the suspect has taken our girls. We want them to use any means and resources to rescue them, because as I'm speaking to you now, we don't know the situation they are in right now, whether they've been given food, whether they've been clothes or not. So we are begging on the state institution to help us find our girls, because it's been so many months. The first victim will be just 1 year next month. So we are pleading to them that they should speed up the process that they are going through. They should speed up.
Acknowledge the multimedia group of companies for this video, and let's come back to the discussion. We want to zoom in on the Takoradi missing girls. This is a very sensitive issue. It's actually a national issue, and since they got missing, there's been cries for them, please, to get the kidnappers. But we is in the known is that after the DNA test had been conducted on the as in the skeleton, the bones that were found in the septic tank, it came out that the girls have been confirmed dead. That is per the test that was conducted. And we are aware that the family has rejected the results. And we can understand the way they are feeling now. Nia can say Takoradi missing girls here or moyera a fin ni ni Augustina 1 year by since ye kidnap you mu free Takoradi ho na omotina yennim yenhu omochi kwan na say ye ba say yenhu nkase bi e wo septic tank bi na omo omukoye DNA test e wo so. Police about see Heidi about ebe assure the family of these 4 missing girls, Priscilla Crazy, Ruth Love Crazy, Priscilla Crunchy, Priscilla Blessing Bentum ni Ruth Abeka family say girls no omo ya alive. And they ya conducted test naba. The girls are missing. I don't know, but I if him say you be assure say omo ya alive na fe ya conduct test is it a case say police na anyo monjume ya na say edien ana I don't know, but police na anyo monjume here in this instance.
The kind of Becca say ebusia omo ahwe omo ma eni omo fa se ni omo.
Ebusia se omo hwe omo mo nti ye kasa ye mu no say ye.
Okay. Ye mfa say until the situation changes. They all honey say enkase ana say numpia police for ni ho ye. Omko ehun DNA test no omse ye mofra na. Nti until that story changes, metimi aka say ye momo yako. Omo njintu mu there but ye momo yako. We express our deepest condolences say a difficult. I can't imagine me here in your office for any ebusia for me ntimi enje mo say me office for akua hene wa na say hwan ni achi na I can't imagine. But a painful situation and yes stressing yankopon e mo ma ho dey.
Yes sir.
Okay.
Yeah, cover IGP no. Okay. Acting IGP IGP. Okay. Ne views and our comments on the situation so far.
Okay.
And per se your cover starts in
A few minutes ago, officers of the Ghana Police Service informed 4 families in Takoradi in the western region of Ghana that DNA tests conducted on some human remains discovered in the course of police investigations into the disappearance of 4 missing girls had turned positive as the remains of the girls. We regret, therefore, informed the families that the remains are those of Ruth Abaka, Priscilla Blessing Bintum, Ruth Love Quazen, and Priscilla Cranche. Investigations now established that the girls were victims of a serial kidnapping and murdering syndicate that operated in the Takoradi area. While for various reasons we were unsuccessful in obtaining and acting on accurate, actionable intelligence in good time to enable us to rescue the girls, we believe that the arrest of the culprits has effectively thwarted the ability of this syndicate to have continued with further kidnappings and murders. With the benefit of lessons from the 2nd August discoveries, the Ghana National Fire Service was engaged to empty the well. This led to the discovery of a human skull, which was fresher than the 3 found in the septic tanks. Additionally, parts of a dress found earlier in the other house on 2nd August 2019 was also uncovered at this location. Again, Samuel Uduatu provided no coherent answers to questioning at the scene. However, the dress found was identified by Mantibia's father as belonging to his 15-year-old daughter. The remains discovered were subjected to DNA tests, the results of which have now been communicated to the families. The Ghana Police Service expresses its condolences to their families. The police administration commends the investigation team for successfully arresting the perpetrators of these heinous crimes. While we wish we had actionable intelligence in good time to have rescued the girls alive, the painstaking investigations nonetheless have contributed to ensuring that the persons responsible are brought before the law and prevented from carrying out other similar crimes in the future.
The comments on the Takoradi missing girls issue. Now what dream Hussein?
Inti ye benya nanka DNA test no nanka confirm say mofrano nanka eja. We are still hoping against hope. Saying bia omoda so tiase na yakoso akohwehwe omo. But unfortunately, sana DNA test net here. Na DNA test no mpempi no ya na de test ne ka no see a test ni yen kwa dia ya na etaye no correct because ya adwuma mu no ebitimi be ka say ya kwala nya me ba ye kwa DNA test na kire say o ne ba na say nya ne ba ampa inti no ye benya na nkenti sa na nso sa na police for ne ka say DNA test no kwa na ho results no na say o de kwa adwendwen ma really ya ebusiafo mistreka ya but on the ground realistically yeche mofrey ebinom as far back as July last year August last year afi muni jo why ena ebechi obi e de wa hye ho 1 year o feed water aduane ma wo say for what
nti there what can say uji police result ni
so say obi be mame results for ya Minya nkenye sana.
You believe the results?
Media the answer na results ni bear in a crampo no na emu video we are convincing who say sebi for no monte because enye possible say kidnapper ebechi obi for 1 year. Enka by now omunkumo omo a omo be release you know about but they won't feed you even police station cry police for common for anti no fan year no more feed you for 1 year for nothing. It's unfortunate but em say me person me jitum say no correct.
Yankofa ebusiano omo response on the whole issue. IGP akasa ebusiano so akasa. Ti yebefa omo response on the issue.
Nana say you bianti wa ka just like that since you accept how did they be me accepting them oh she said they on wa bend dey ye beji bones no yaso baby ye wo kwa bia ye de be test yeah and number 2 yeah we just see no Ghana for ye de nyame achichi ya wa me and normally say nipa slow antwa ese nyame it is and the next level no so that ye di drop baby because see ye ta we have the record on my mom phone madam tiwa ese me ma be ka che de ye nje kasa na nkofo ni sika woli demand ansa we jam of money a huge sum of money we have the record of chini ya bobo e meti funya lati bi na yes say wo beka o ya of money no o ya bones na how can that be possible if you last baby o ko for last bone messi this you should not put no what you see the daily rounds na the to sudu ku ade ni mu e messi no so nti say what did the man e ko so nti na onta onti say be e bi bon a aden mo ba mo kita paper mo kita share mo ba me information but this say ya ma ka information sa and so mo fa say ye emwa bia na say ye Ghana fa na say ye ni pahuni bia keke aden
ame onye ne kwara am fo de wo be so bi ewu na na wo mama ahom wo mama fo biem nti ame onye ne kwara na po wo wi amendia wo be enifo na wo ba amendia na ho wo kokada na misipe onye ne kwa nyamim onye ne kwara de onye ne kworo 13th March na tiwa okay tell me there one of my wo no wo register odima insika nti ma me kan che obiala ansa na oba any press conference so okay you know where they are no and say so wa ba kada wo biewu ne ye biewu da amin jintum ti ye ba jin biewu no so
ayi ye kura no take loko bi pompo a wo chi obi wo so wo from na busa no ma fa report there am ready busa no wo di man keke e de be jin amaka che busa no say mo fa na tell mo kaya na enkwala no aha na du be jina say omu fre na do so one friend no yin family ni gasa na do be kroma no obe kroma to mo kwa azim no yin say oya wo fu bi kasa e be ye na do atu ya wo friend ni komo bia na what the wrong you find information what the brand no and wrong report the brand na do be present by this time in the night oyin family be kasa ye jitu na pa be do yin mi na do oyin fa by this time na do be kasa oyin family be kasa jadi ya kasa ya jitu za kwala no be bia wo be tu sa do be last one put adoto
Infonia ye hwe eye takrade missing girls no omobusiafo police the omo results for about DNA ese eyenkola emofrana family ni so say enye mofrana na emre bi etwemu CID boss eba out Madam Tiwa say emofrana omayira no omunim baby omowo na opese okame family ni down assure mo say the girls are alive any result aba people are calling for the head of Madam Tiwa that Tiwa should resign. Do you agree with them? And I didn't think so now. Only omo.
Okay. Enti didi kan ye best start here free abusiafo no. Almost omo nye DNA results ni ntumo a. Omo nyina so anything. Omo nyina so ne say the kan no. No less a person than the head of CID. Mami Tiwa. Afro mo akacho mo akanche yen Ghana fo nyina on national television. Say emofra ni baby omo wuye ye di ombebrel. So ho nti saa asem ne bae na eto abusuafo team no omado munyame ase omo ma no eda so ti ase. Now ye call ye nimu a afedie eti wa esi ya betutu nkase bi ewo Diabene. And I must say Diabene, I know the last year election time ye koye bibi ho. Boss bi krom ni ho. There was Ricardo honum baby. Mosima kotutu nkasa bi na yakoye ho DNA na yesi emofra na. Mejidi se say me ti abusuafo na se fi se minimara se nyambia ekotutu nkasa no enompe no ye momu hu ye. Because say nipa for it we hu bones na se we hu say bones ni se ni city a na se ekoye hu DNA a say yesi wani tuemu a ye ni nyawo. Ini so omo hu mu bibi saade a ebeboa amoma I convinced. But video ya ehwe omo say no ane say omo ehu bones no DNA results DNA results say I'm sure say most of them here the character nature omo kra na omo intimi interpret. I have seen some and enye ordinary isa but technical eye. But me so say enka in all of this process no intimi say abusiafo ni nyina nkogu but e bi abusiafo omo ni nipa ba ko ana mienu omedi animu enkase ni nie abusia panyi wahu bi enkre ye ko DNA test ne ko ne ha udi mu bi results ne ba people ne new interpret but omo ye DNA no mo ankasa mra no mo me interpret nchire mo say ni say ye fa root la question ye compare we and ne de compare obi de because there's a process say we explain e mo say ebia ye fa root la question ana say bentum prisla ne maame a sample and they compare and kasewi and maame ne de ne match ti gidi se sa kasewi e prisla and kase with la question and ne sample e compare ne papa de and na match who explain this process we nyina akere omo a ebeboa amoma dwuma to mu say o ye no crib because yes you need to a movie but you wa no betun kase you ha na IGP announce press conference and as we from waka
but no comments on Reno. Aside Reno family ne Ghana for nyina ne ye call for Mami Tiwa so resigning or that's say CID boss e dey na work up.
Mami Tiwa de no so ye asemo a asefem kakra. Mami no I have met her personally with CID head office on. She's a very nice person, a very pleasant woman. Ejuma no so abon no modern e bi nim say political appointment me ntimi say oba be see otimi rise edu say na wo say e dey any dey man nemum enfonso ba e kakra say minim say omunya information bi omunya intelligence bi na e man dey beto eni enim Ghana fo nyina enim so emofra na ehu omo ti aso omo be be ko akofo mapa na echem hu say oh sa information ni kra enya aye no enyinim bia ankoye enti the oye ni se obeba be ka che Ghana for say oh abusuya for misremo minya intelligence ena eno so na migina be ka che mo say nkwala no they are still alive and we are going to find them but upon a deeper reflection and see ankasa ye adwuma ni hu say sa asem na enye no kre enti e pam chewa enye no kre sa bi say nkwala ne ti ase ye nim ba bi omo a mistake ni ye enti mo fe yemfon mo ngie yemfon so ye gie yemfon so ntu mo fa nche na emu me be ko so ahwehwe mofra no but o san be ka say oh asem na aka say mofra no wo ho no na o ka de acheche busiafo ni wira wa apologize say mistake o so acheche busiafo ni wira na say bi o insult intelligence
and I say
o fa mo serious and this is a conform omonkwa life of people em say yen sebi yen Ghana for ne yen baby for no ya na enipa nkwa yen fa value ento so say American ya kwala ba ko pe ejira the whole community omunyina be organize ati egumrem akohwe abofra no se broni akwala Canada for me nu yira akomase wo di abrofo no ye but you know value on human life very limited.
We take things as
too for granted. And the way I see communicating and everything else, I'm apologize. You know, because a mistake. But because there's now kind of think of for I don't know this answer we a decision for and nothing a busia for no or move for no maybe because for now you need contrary evidence here into a very DNA results and not to but say busia for no call say yensa came and I say the abanomu into because of the mammy can and also so the quans one when you so into me so me can say she made a mistake. She has to come and apologize and shouldn't take us for granted. And Crawford call it for in the head. I think say because this is a legitimate call and I think she should resign. She should resign. She is very competent. We want to have women in that high positions near on this sensitive matter there, especially she got it wrong. She should accept it and perhaps resign.
So Madam Tiwa should resign. Yepese yefa infoni bi ewo pathologist Professor Badu Aba out and also Abeka and Sembi after this whole DNA results. Yepese yekoshe samfoni.
Heard of this news yesterday night, and it disturbed me enormously because it was almost as if we'd closed the chapter. But I've been in pathology since 1980, and in every situation it calls for a second opinion. After how many years? 39 years of doing pathology, I don't believe that what I say is conclusive, particularly when it involves laboratory work and it depends on even the temperature within the laboratory. It depends on the fluids that are used in denaturing. It involves, the level of degeneration, and these are bodies that were found in a septic tank, we're told. So at the end of the day, you need somebody who is extremely experienced. And I don't believe the forensic pathology laboratory has somebody who is so competent that in a situation like this, and particularly of such national interest, that we will not even attempt to seek a second opinion. I would stand corrected. If they've sought a second opinion and it is from a very experienced forensic pathologist,
we don't have those details.
We don't have those details.
And they would have done us a lot of good.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for me, I don't think that this matter is concluded yet. You see, anywhere else, just to make assurance double sure, they would have done this. I mean, if, for example, you took Scotland Yard, for example, having done everything, they would probably even seek experience from an academic forensic pathologist to just come, check over, and make sure that everything that has been said or done is, what it should be. But I don't think we've gone that far. And to conclude and even go straight to relations and tell them that this is what has happened really worries me. I think that in areas where we do not have enough expertise, it is always important that the police collaborates with an established and a well-seasoned police force or police service. So, for example, I know the problems of police forensic pathology in this country. For years, we've not had a police forensic pathologist. Currently, the police pathologist, took up the job not too long ago from Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. What level of training he has done in forensics, I don't know. The forensic.
I think it's heartbreaking to receive this news, which is contrary to all our best hopes as a country. Obviously, it's shocking. It's a shocking moment, first for the families and to the nation at large. Government, through the President, has had opportunity to express condolences to the families directly, and will continue to engage and provide the families with the necessary support even at this stage. But it is a heartbreaking and a painful moment for us as a country. The police administration, if I followed their press conference well, tell us that though they regret that they didn't get enough actionable intelligence in good time to have rescued these girls, at least they have been successful in getting the persons behind this currently in the grips of the law, and will put them before the law courts for justice as much as possible to be done at this stage. And they believe, if I heard the IGP well, that in so doing they have succeeded in forestalling future attacks of this nature by this particular syndicate. So as I said, it's a very painful and sad moment for all of us as a country. But what we have to do is to support the grieving family, especially in this moment of shock. And my appeal will be to you, colleagues, to also be part of the exercise to support the grieving families.
We just watched footage by a renowned pathologist, Dr. Kosa, and we also heard the information, Minister, on this whole issue. We want to know your final comments on this whole. And do you even agree with what they were saying? That is there a need for an independent DNA test to be conducted?
I think it's a legitimate concern by the family. In my line of work, one divorce case that we did, the man asked for a DNA test. And we had assured ourselves, say, if the test didn't go in our favor, we would have done a second opinion. We would have done a second opinion. Even as private people, a test a best second opinion. And so everybody has their rights. On my muha, my nimcrophobia, omukoya test, yes, so many HIVs, a second one. It was a different story altogether. So a second opinion is always allowed. It's always a good thing. As a matter Prof. Akusa Ekai, meaning baby DNA test. And I know say for DNA test, most of it they take the samples here in Ghana. There are so many labs where they take the samples, not the sample they call South Africa. I hear say but they have their own forensic whatever. I don't know how it was done. So that is why we have the police almost test and a legitimate call, especially for family, to also assuage their fears. Yes, this is what actually happened. And I think that the state should even sponsor it. The government should give them the money. They themselves will decide who we want to go to, and then the test should be done for them. Yakoba, that's a opposite to what, contrary to what we have. We can do a third opinion. If they don't have the money, I don't think they have the money because DNA is quite expensive. They may not have the money. But just to assuage their feelings and for them to come to a realization, say, Yankasa is involved in the process and this is the outcome. The state should give them the resources, let them select their own facility, and then the second opinion should be done for them. It is a legitimate call.
It's a legitimate call. Okay, share Reverend Asante Entry, National Peace Council Chairman, and also the opinion on Takoradi missing girls issue.
Family members that we are all grieving with them. But in our grieving, we should be very careful that we don't shun the very people who are empathizing with us and will stand with us. they should not allow themselves also to be manipulated by anybody. I know that people are saying that some of the family members are saying, oh, we're not too sure whether we can accept this. We want a second, a second reading, a second report. But it's not going to be easy for that thing to be done. They have every right to ask for that. But we must understand that the thing is very, very expensive. It's not something that you simply get a pathologist and then the pathologist comes to say this or that. It's an aspect, it calls for expertise. It's quite expensive. And therefore, if you want a second opinion, who is going to foot that? There are all sorts of things connected with it. I'm very much aware that once a thing of this nature comes, the natural thing is to deny. We all go through denial phases, but I want to plead with them that they should understand that they are not the only ones who are suffering. Even though it's very close to them, we're all mourning with them, and we'll plead with them to think deeply on what has happened and accept the reality. It is not going to be easy for them to accept the reality, but I'll plead with them. That we are all praying with them that they will accept the reality. And the perpetrators will be brought to book so that, we will have reasons to say that at least justice has been done. But I don't think that any justice will ever be done. Whatever happens, you've lost, such your own dear ones. But what can you do? And this is the world we live in. And that's the reason why we should do the best that we can. Every individual Ghanaian must be vigilant. Not vigilante, must be vigilant in the sense that, the miscreants and the criminals who are hovering around us, we will be mindful of them. And where to report, we will report to ensure peace in the country.
Professor Asante's comment on the whole issue, what do you think about it? What's your opinion? Just to bring this discussion on the Takoradi missing girls.
I'm sorry, Professor Asante is not saying anything different from what Prof. Akosa said. He's not saying anything different from what I think ought to be done. That they have to be given the right to get a second opinion. But Prof. Asante said something that the family shouldn't allow themselves to be influenced by anybody.
So you think there is
they may be Ghana and Josephine. Ghana and
someone might political
be just to embarrass the president. Yes. It can't happen. It can't happen. But I don't think say under this circumstance politics. A matter of lives being lost. And emotions. And it will take them some time. Psychology for be denial. You go into that process of denial and all that. All of it may be part of this.
The 5 stages of denial.
Yes. And they should give them the opportunity. The government should fund it. They boy them but for the 4 girls. Let's do it for them and let's get the outcome. Okay. Maybe they are still alive. I doubt though.
You doubt though.
Unfortunately.
Before you closely your whole discussion on the way. Nkophobia keka say Nana Akufo-Addo the whole posture concerning this issue has not been the best. And last week he result neighbor house in it imposed of friend family in one of the families or man from Muslim here and a call. Only or moya dreams say president no na yes and call family individually call console or more on this issue. Abana assembly nina no ya dia police sponsor no. Wow. What dream sharing
is video see out here na papa bako can say Nana Akufo-Addo ba Western region of Besin Kwazim near the debate while Mahokra met your money at the Asemoto, Nasa Okoya Umua, and Crawford express pain any idea. But I'm thinking, say, president in Uko Honomua or Candy natural. Because that was in the time, Yakas and Kualani into Hokachum says, Yako and assessing. They're waiting me, I can't say, police for him. But our message, had been communicated by the IGP. I'm sure the regional police command and the divisional police command, they were dealing with the family from time to time. Ain't really? Until say any final outcome, what was the president going to tell them? Fine, the president could have chosen to assure them, say, but it's the same thing that the police had told them. Say, we are still working on it, we are conducting investigations, and until the investigation was done, what's the president going to say to them? What's the president going to say to them? Inti, Matisse Mamino, one for president in a call any other day. I want to pardon her.
But you should understand sometimes. Yeah. But me when they say president, no, be a call takra, the no call too far or kakra. Yeah, well, my muye de him say president to me and visit each and every household. But send ya man yourself na koye no. They play on the emotions of the people. Into when you say no, a political party can just capitalize on it just to score political points.
Because police have taken up the matter, they were investigating.
Exactly, I agree with you on that part.
And I also my president interfere with police for a Jumani and the other. Into institution, I did this on my Juma. Well, it may have helped, but this is the president of the country. I'm not saying Sam Kalano a life win here, but President in itinerary very, very heavy. It is an regional minister Baho. I want to believe the regional ministers went there. Even the gender minister at a point went there. Well,
I can understand that because this is a national issue, very sensitive issue, and involving the life of young girls who obviously had a bright future ahead of them. Mete or must say in a way, but a moment I say we should calm down and see what is best for us going forward. Now, your per se yadi uncommon chichiane ba chieftaincy. Ene yakote se Asante Hini Otu for UN General Assembly wa common speech via abedane controversial issue between the two main political parties. Yes. And we want to discuss the role of as in chiefs or the chief tenancy institution in Ghana. We can't gloss over the fact that our chiefs have a role to play in the governance of our nation, because if we are say your viewers before the coming of the Europeans no ahemfo no ana na omo gu omai no omo bu omai no nti the even Europeans ne buy no British number really their form of indirect rule, they cooperated with the chiefs because they realized that the chiefs had certain political command over their people. Nti ene yesi ye practice democracy and a constitution also say chiefs should not be involved in active politics. Nti ene pesi share in Ghana today, the role of a chief or the chieftaincy institution in democratic dispensation. But before then also no, dear Asante Hene Kokan say or say 2016 election no, he had to talk to one of the parties to concede defeat just to calm the tension that had arisen. Anytime you call election a country in because there's a matter of who is coming to rule between the two main political parties. And tonight I was stepping in, or then more like a authority, no only the parties ne kasama baku consider one body in there, but a bay ya tete say MPP for the almost statement about and NDC for also the almost statement about ya perceive your question a see dim ketia General Secretary NDC for or more press conference or more year was saying no na ye dey come at was.
I don't see how these statements contradict each other so much so that it becomes the subject of a national debate designed to divert attention of the nation from very burning issues that are on the national agenda within these past weeks. Granting without admitting that even if Otumfuo advised President Mahama, and President Mahama took that advice into consideration before conceding. Because that is the sticky point. First of all, if we concede that Otumfuo engaged President Mahama before his concession, I don't see how that makes President Mahama less of a Democrat. Because democracy is about listening to people, listening to opinion leaders before arriving at your decision. So even if that was the case, then President Mahama still has demonstrated better leadership than His Excellency President Akufo-Addo on the occasion of the declaration of the results of 2012. Now, on the other hand, if President Mahama took that decision to concede before Otumfuo's advice came, that still makes him a Democrat and places him and his conduct on that occasion far above the conduct of Nana Akufo-Addo in 2012.
It has been possible to bring the combatants into a quiet conclave to cool down passions and restore calm. At the conclusion of the last presidential and parliamentary elections, the country stood on the edge of disaster. The UN representatives and the diplomatic community were aghast, alarmed that Ghana was about to slip down the slope of electoral violence. Fortunately, the moral authority of the palace was at hand. We were able to intervene to persuade the losing candidate to accept his fate and to fly both candidates for a quiet encounter to pave the way for a smooth handover. These are the highest examples of the crucial roles behind the curtains when the moral force of traditional authority is harnessed to protect and sustain the peace, unity, and security of Ghana.
Yeah, sure. Infoni actually near your funny say, Yahin or Santa Henning, Echo Kai, any response. What dreams were anything, a DNA role of chiefs generally in Ghana now. They have a role to play in democratic dispensation, a DNA role now on play.
Okay. Say minim say me lawyer ninti o say o lawyer ninti o say show you constitution any brabi you ne gu ha na the di kan no ye hwe ya hemfo omo rule ana say omo dwumadi omo di o ye man mu a ye hwe article 11 of our constitution article 11 of our constitution e kan emre o Ghana emre o Ghana mu ba ko customary law ya mamre any e ka ho bi and hinye anasa himfo omadwuma custom. So that's the first point our constitution can bound say hinye ne ahinsem custom, and custom is recognized by the constitution. Also share article 270, I mean chapter 21, the whole chapter is on chieftaincy, and the chapter says that chieftaincy and all is guaranteed. The institution of chieftaincy, together with its traditional councils as established by customary law, is guaranteed. In the yen ponomai yemra pon wa constitution, eji tusum say ahemfo almost so ewudumedi. Article 271, I think 272, crampo the listed specific rules are National House of Chiefs or somewhere. They advise whichever state institution on matters bordering on custom and tradition, and so many other things that in the constitution. Apart from the constitution, he said now Asante Mahin Otumfuo eka UN say etoda bia asem ye den enya asem bia na de emraka enya asem bia na digidi ye asem bi ho no mo ayese ye kohu abrewa se ba na national politics na se ye ba na si kohu abrewa himfu ya na ekom ho Ghana ha nyina beji atum se himfu bi ho no mo a o metimi I said the omo nipa drum control mo said the omo hen same city meeting no. E man ni nyina ebu omo. Encha e bia na yen nuanom em woda bon. Omo ensense mi yesi ye. Enya henfo na eye. Politicians started to form reso atame os by Jo Mahama by ena Nanado penso ena henfo. For president omo ntimi answer we asem na henfo ena solve ye. Until they have a rule, a dear executive government, any court, we go to them. Until that one say, you are because of I inform a can't move tune for any new animal free a stroke or ye tears on dream. And some people be see or may more, saying can be and tears in more, India and Cardia Becono, and Coboni, and you tune for or tune for talk be a fed or chihene, I will be one more. Almost to AAB. Even in this present government, in previous governments, I will be on they are sitting on so many boards.
Yes.
Yeah, current Council of State. I think the chairman of Council of State is a chief. That's Ibre Otibuati, if I'm not wrong. He's a chief. And so chiefs play very important and crucial roles in the governance of this country. Very, very crucial. Very, very crucial. So we are politicians who handle you may end up having problems. Kwame Nkrumah had a lot of problems
with them
because he didn't get along well with the chief. So almost them are very nuanced, and you need some amount of finesse and tact in order to handle them. But they are very crucial.
Okay,
they are
so
very crucial.
We can't gloss over the fact that they are crucial in our current democratic dispensation. Yes. Even the Constitution has a whole chapter that defines and stipulates the role of chiefs in our nation. Very well. So we just want to put it across that our chiefs are very important in the governance and political makeup of our nation, and we should know how to go about cooperating with them. It's better we cooperate with them hand in hand for the best interests of our nation. This is where we want to end today's edition of the Governance and Political Digest show. And I would want to send a very special thank you to our guest, Lawyer James Kwabena Boakye, for honoring our invitation to come and discuss pertinent issues bordering our nation. And it's been a very educative session with you. Thank you. And we hope that next time when we extend our invitation, you are going to honor it. I would also want to thank the production team for manning the machine and helping us to bring this show to our viewers. Particular mention will be made of Mr. Aki, and I would also want to thank Dachi Hine for stepping in also. And I would also want to acknowledge you, our viewers. Debia Meka will show you to say, Semunihwa show you Munti na show yi de bia Saturday and opebia ye bade mamu ye de bremu ahana ene episode edition of the Governance and Political Digest ye di besi. See you again next week same time on APAM Television. Bye.